Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Welcome back, dear students. I hope you had a very enjoyable day. We are back to our English. So yesterday we started with our first lesson. Now we are going to just revise quickly what are the things that we mentioned in the first lesson. Did you think about the topics we discussed? Now we did mention maybe 4 topics here. We have here the pictures. They may remind you of the topics. Now, I'm not going to say anything. I just want you just to look at the pictures here and just try to recall what are the different words and the ideas that we did discuss in the first lesson. Now here you can see that there are different words. We can read together. We have here the word, of course, future. We have individual, teamwork, shopping, self-made, projects, and we have the word plans. Now these are some words that passed by us in our first lesson in the paragraphs, just to help you, just to remember what are the things that we discussed. Now what else? What did we take in the first lesson? If you can see that we have here some different speech balloons. Now you can see that this man here, he is talking. Maybe he's giving an opinion. He may be happy, agreeing with you in something, or disagreeing, as we can see in this picture. Now, we did say that we have opinions, we have points of views, and we have here agreeing and disagreeing. Useful expressions to express your opinion or point of view. Now, what did we mention? There are useful words to express your agreement also, and useful words to express your disagreement. Now, you can see that there are different phrases. There is yes, of course, my opinion, I think otherwise, not at all, it is true, as to me, I share your view, and so on. Now you can see that we have here a kind of mixed together. Are they all the same? You can just read the words here and try to see or differentiate between the different phrases. Now, for example, we have here opinion. What are the phrases that are used for opinion? You can see, for example, that we have here my opinion. Just scan quickly and choose with me. We have it seems to me. What else? What do we have? My view. As far as I'm concerned. As to me. Now we're going to start with phrases that are used to agree. Now it's becoming more easier now because we have highlighted the words that are related to opinion. So now you can choose what are the words that are related to agreeing. You can see that we have here, I'm going to give you a second here just to read, and you can find that we have the word, yes, of course, is used for agreement. It is true. I share your view. Fair enough. That's just it. And at the end, we have here disagreeing can be used. We can use the word or the phrase not at all. I think otherwise. I disagree. Nonsense. I take a different view. Now here, the last group is used, of course, for disagreement. Now, to pass by, we have other topics. So here, we do not just want to relate between the topics that are mentioned in the book. There are lots of topics that you can discuss. And as a matter of fact, you do discuss a lot of topics within your daily life, even if you do not know that you are within a discussion. So here, we use these phrases in everyday speaking. Okay, we have here different topics. Now I'm going to just choose different topics, like for example here, space. Now space is something new that we did not mention before. Of course, we have help from the two boys here, Faisal and Omar. Now what are they going to do? We have here a short conversation between them. Now we have here so many projects in space. I would say that space traveling might be soon. So this is Faisal's opinion, that space traveling would be soon. And here, Omar, do you think he agrees? Maybe. He can agree by saying, I hold the same opinion. We might go together, or he may disagree if he doesn't like the topic. Another topic we have here, you can see that there is something about books or reading. Now here, back to Faisal and Omar, we have here, Omar said, I read a book about how daily routines affect your health. I don't think so. So his opinion doesn't think that these routines affect your health. What about Faisal? The author is right. So we can see that here, Faisal agrees with the author. Or here we have another expression, which is fair enough. So you can see that we have Omar, he agreed with Faisal. Okay, fair enough, maybe he is right, maybe he does have. So did he disagree? No, he just gave an opinion and then he went back and agreed with Faisal. Have here is about, as you can see, a scientist or archaeology. Now here, what is the conversation between Faisal and Omar? Now Faisal says, they discovered a new area that has ancient items. Scientists are excited. It seems to me that archaeology isn't that boring. So this is Faisal's opinion. How about Omar? What does he say? We have here, I think so too, which means that he is agreeing. But if I'm asked to join those expeditions, I'm afraid I don't share their interests. So this is something interesting, that you can agree and disagree in the same statement or in the sentence or in the same conversation. So it doesn't have to be something that is different or split. You can use both types based on what you mean. Now pair work. You have to pair together or work as groups or together just to practice more. Now we have different topics that we discussed in the book. I gave you more examples, but it depends on you and how you work together in pairs to practice more. Now we're just going to move on from pair work as we have here and move on to conversation. Now conversation is a new topic here, but before the conversation, I just want you to take a look at here, this lady, and you can see that she is using her credit card. Now the credit card here, she is using her credit card. She must be shopping online. So why did I give the idea, or why did I assume that she is shopping? Because she has her card with her. Moving on. Now we have here this boy, he is playing. Now what can I say about him? Ali, for example, is practicing all the time. He must have joined the team. So let's say that there is a school team here, or like a club. Now you can see that there is someone who is practicing all the time, so he must have joined. Do I know? No, I'm just assuming because I see something is happening. Also, another example, we can see that there is an operation here. Now, the doctors, they look busy. So if someone says that the operation has ended, no, the operation can't have ended. The doctors are still inside, they are still working. So I assumed, or I said that the operation didn't end because I saw that the doctors are still working. Moving on. Now we can see that there are lots of bicycles here, so which means that there is a kind of race or a marathon. So we have here the marathon was canceled. It can't be true. The participants are ready. So just imagine that you have here a place which is full of these people who are ready to race each other, and they say that the competition is cancelled. It can't be true because everyone is here. Now here there is a last example. You can see that Neda must be very happy. You can see that there are two little girls here and they look happy. So one of them is Neda. Neda must be very happy. She invited her friend over for the first time. So also I concluded that Neda is happy because I saw her face and she has her friend with her. Now what is the idea that I have here from these examples? What did you notice? We have your deduction. A deduction is a conclusion that you have reached about something because of other things that you know to be true. So I deducted that Neda is happy because I saw her face. I deducted that the operation hasn't ended because the doctors are still working. I deducted that the lady is shopping because she has her card. So how did I give my statements here or my facts? Because I saw some things in front of me. Now here, deduction is something that we are going to use in our part or the lesson today, which is going to be about conversation. Now I gave you a complete idea about it, and we do have our objectives. Now our objectives are to interact with others in different situations, to express with deduction phrases using modals, maximize opportunities for language practice. So we have here, as I mentioned before, that you do have to practice together in pairs or together at school. You do also have to practice your conversation so you can speak more fluently and to improve the way you create your statements or you can make sentences. So we have here the idea about expressing. And as we have mentioned, deduction, if you notice that there were some words which are modals, I said that the race can't have been cancelled, or the girl must be happy, or she must be shopping. Now we have here these small helping verbs like can't, or must, or will. These are modals that we are going to use with our lesson. So just to collect our ideas that we have here, we are going to turn to page number 4 in our book. Now listen, then read the conversation in the book. While doing so, underline deduction phrases. So I gave you a complete idea about deduction and what are these small hints that you can see in the sentences to know that these are deduction phrases. Now we are going to move on. Now we have here the conversation is between Adnan and Yahya, as you can see in your books. Adnan and Yahya are high school students. They are walking along the corridor, chatting during the break. Now here they are chatting about something, and as you can see that it is at school. So what is interesting here? We're going to move on. So let's just listen to the conversation that we have here between Adnan and Yahya. We're going to start.
You've heard, haven't you? Our chemistry teacher has been transferred.
It can't be true. I saw him yesterday. He can't have left. I thought he must still be teaching in our school.
Yes, so did I. But apparently, he has been transferred to his hometown. So someone else is going to be teaching chemistry.
So we can see before we move on to our to the rest of the conversation, you can see here in this part. Now there is a blue part here, the one that Yahya spoke. Just focus and see what we have here. What are the deduction phrases and what are the modals that are used? Moving on.
I am sorry to hear that.
I saw someone new walking into the chemistry lab. He must be our new teacher.
Let's have a look. No, it can't be. I don't believe it. He must be looking for me.
What are you talking about? That must be our new teacher.
No, it can't be.
Oh, come on. Why not?
Because that's my uncle. He must have known about this but never told me.
He must have wanted to surprise you. It's good news, isn't it?
Now here we can see that there is an interesting incident that happened here between, we have here Yahya and his uncle. Now just as a surprise that we have here, Yahya's uncle, he came to school and he is the substitute teacher that was replaced, or who replaced his first teacher. Now we're going to go back to our basic idea here, which is deduction. So we understood about the topic that we have here. These boys, they are at school, their teacher has been transferred or absent, and there is a new teacher who is replacing the former teacher. Now what are the phrases that we have here? You can see that I turned some of the sentences to another color. Let's just read together. We have here, it can't be true. We have here the modal can't. He can't have left. He must still be teaching. So these are deduction phrases using can and must. We have here also, he must be our new teacher. He must be looking for me. That must be our teacher. So we have here, these are different also phrases or within the conversation that they used, as you can see, lots of phrases that have deduction within them. No, it can't be. He must have known about this, and he must have wanted. So you can see that these modals are used with different verbs to convey different meanings. Now read the situations and make deductions. We have here, this is a short incident. Now we're going to move on to different examples. Here you can see, we have here, your father's car is in the garage. Read the situations and make deductions. So the first one, your father's car is in the garage. What can you say or can you deduct? So just try to guess or to write a sentence if you would like that has deduction in it about the situation that you have here. So we can say that we have here, he must be home. He can't have left. So you can see that there are two phrases. He must be home. I deducted. He can't have left. Also deduction. Moving on. Your cousin's bicycle is in the garden. Now, my cousin can be a girl or a boy. So we have here he or she. He can't have just forgotten it. He must have given it to my brother. And we can have another sentence, she must have left it here and went with someone by car. So these are different examples. Now you can have maybe even better examples or deduction phrases in mind. Another situation, we can't turn on your new computer, or you can't turn on your new computer. What can we say to deduct? We can say, for example, it must be damaged. So if you have a new computer and it is not working, it must be damaged. There must be a problem. It can't be broken. I just got it. So 3 sentences that have 3 different meanings of deduction. Your best friend is not at school today. So he or she, he can't be sick. He was fine when I saw him last night. She must have overslept. So any different sentence that you can come up with, you can have also different sentences in mind, but the basic thing that you have to put in mind to use deduction. Now we have another example. We have here, you are 15 minutes late. Your friends don't seem to be in the mall. They must have gotten busy in a store. Or we can say, for example, they can't have left the mall without calling me. So we have here, if you just imagine going to the mall and you can't find them, they can't have just left without calling me. So this is also a type of deduction. Now at the end, it is your turn. Practice reading the conversation in pairs, then act it out. role play a conversation like the one in the book with a partner. Use phrases from the box. So we have here different phrases. We had discussed lots of examples that you can just use, or you can also have the idea from to use in your own conversations. So what's next? You can see on page number 5, just to take a look here, we can see that there is an interesting table here. Now there are lots of features, and we have your spoken and written. So this is something that we are going to discuss in our next lesson, so get ready. At the very end, you can see that we have your different conversations. We gave different examples, and of course, many deduction phrases we used throughout the lesson. I do hope that you practice, you give your own examples, and you can practice with your schoolmates or at home. We will meet again, inshallah, in the next lesson. So till that time, I hope you do practice, and have a nice day.